So I'm standing here with Danny Bickson, the co-founder of Dato, and this is SICS Data Science Day. So how has the day been for you so far?
The day was fun, and thanks for the invitation. A lot of interesting work I didn't hear about before, so it's been good.
So you got some new insights that you can bring back with you?
Yeah, actually I heard about a few works that I wasn't aware before, and it seems to be an interesting mix of both academia and industry, which looks like a great hub of activity.
So can you give us a short recap of your presentation?
I've shown what our product does, GraphLab Create. We have a Python package which is designed for programmers that need to implement machine learning methods in large scale and to quickly generate predictive applications. I focused mainly on deep learning, which is one of the coolest areas in machine learning, which is around image analytics. So we can do things like finding similar images, identifying objects in images, and build hierarchy of images.
So can you give us some examples of application areas?
Oh, definitely everywhere, but mainly retail. If you buy fashion, you don't want to search for the dress name, but you want to find similar images, even if the dress is differently named and differently priced and in a different shop, but still you would like to see by the actual visual patterns.
So tell me a little how it works, because you showed it on the screen earlier, but if you can describe it with your words. When you look for a dress and then the system provides you with additional dresses that looks similar, how would you describe how the platform works? Yeah,
so I would say it's a bit tricky to explain it in a nutshell, but what we do, we learn from existing images, we build some data structures that help us summarize the images, and once we summarize the images, we are able to find similar images by their summary, which becomes a way easier task because the summaries are really short, so it's something we can do in real time.
Okay, so you have a growing set of algorithms. Can you describe some application areas for some of them?
Yeah, so there are many applications area. We see machine learning everywhere, starting from green energy. We have a company which puts sensors inside of trash bins to identify when the trash bin is full. That's one of the weirdest applications we encountered, but we also have a lot of retail type recommender systems for getting you buy more products, click on more ads. There is a lot of social network analysis and also a lot of homeland security type analysis like fraud detection, access control detection.
Can you talk a little about the lessons that you've learned throughout the GraphLab process?
It's a bit hard to summarize 7.5 years in one sentence, but we did have a lot of activity around our open source projects. We have hundreds and thousands of users, and that's the most fun part of being actually engaged with people who use your code, ask for extensions, give you inputs and so on. So the most fun part is the interactive part of actually supporting the users. And of course, there are very smart users out there, so sometimes they teach us things that we're not aware, and we constantly improve by the feedback.
Would it be possible to use your platform if you don't have so much previous experience as an expert in the area of machine learning?
Absolutely. You don't need to be an expert. You can actually be a basic Python programmer to use it, but we do assume some programming capabilities.
What are the pros and cons of deep learning?
Pros and cons of deep learning. So it is a very powerful technique. In recent years, it's really, really popular. So the pros is definitely it's a buzzword and everyone is looking for a deep learning based solution. The cons, it requires a lot of computation. You need dedicated hardware like GPUs, which sometimes are not available. And it's also very, very difficult to tune it. So you need to be careful when you use it. It's not always working out of the box.
So how is GraphLab differentiated from other machine learning platforms?
Oh, so there are tons of machine learning platforms, and everyone, today every grad student and even the master students declares on a machine learning platform. First of all, we are around for 7.5 years, so we are way more popular and way more known. And one example is our Coursera course that we just released. We had 20,000 students enrolled in 2 weeks. So we are really the most popular framework out there. And also we have the largest number of paying customers. We hope to get to 100 paying customers this year.
So your company is based in Israel or in the States or both?
No, we are based in Seattle. We are a US-based company.
Okay, so do you have any tricks of the trade?
There are tons of things we learn during the practice, so it's hard to quickly give an advice. But basically, machine learning is not a silver bullet. You have to be very careful. When you have garbage data, we have a famous saying, which is garbage in, garbage out. So you cannot expect any meaningful results if the data is not cleaned properly, it's not significant, and so on. And there are many pitfalls. There is a shortage of data scientists in the market, and this is why our courses are becoming very popular. They are given together with the University of Washington. So it's a great way to get more experience in the field is actually take our courses, and they can be also taken for free.
So how do you envision predictive applications in the future?
It's going to be a game changer. All the companies are now trying to finally understanding they need this set of tools. Very small part of them actually deploys them. So we see in the next 10 years, it's going to be really a rise of predictive applications. And the current companies that are using it are very, very successful. So it's a good motivation for the others.
So just one final question. So what are your future plans?
We only started. We just started 2.5 years ago as a company. We have really ambitious plan of the next thing we want to add. First of all, we have a plan. We want to have at least 100 different toolkits of machine learning. Each toolkit has a lot of algorithms inside. So there are a lot of problems domain we don't touch yet, like bioinformatics and medical and time series anomaly detection. There are a lot of things that we don't touch yet. So there is a lot of work. And also we want to make the tools quicker, better, more accurate, and easier to use. So it's still a lot of work. But at least so far, everything looks rather promising.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.